Right, I just want to do a short video up here in Fulwood. I'm on Winchester Crescent and I just want to film a few trees that were planted a few years ago. I've decided to come up and, I've been watering trees in the north of the city, so I was driving through Fulwood a few days ago and noticed how quite a lot of trees seem to be suffering up here. Not only is it being dry, but obviously we're about 1,000 foot up, 800 to 1,000 feet above sea level, so it's usually windy up here, so trees are going to struggle even more. But I just wanted to show you the quality of tree planting from Amy 2, 3, maybe 4 years ago. And there's 3 trees here. There is a cherry there, a mountain ash there, and another cherry over there. So we'll just have a look at this cherry first. And one of the main rules of planting a tree is you don't want to plant it too deep. If anything, if you have a choice between too deep or too high, you go too high, but ideally you want to plant it at the right level. Now, when we say too high, what we don't mean is half the root ball stuck out. So that's clearly way too high. I've watered this tree and it seems to be doing relatively okay despite the drought. But yeah, that's not good. That could really do with this autumn digging around that and planting it at the correct level. But there's a few cherries that are, there we go, that are forming on it. So if we go over to this mountain ash, we see similar. This looks, not sure if these are going to actually, they seem to be just, those berries seem to be just have gone. The leaves still look green even though they're a bit look a bit sad, but it's recoverable. But again, this one was planted a little bit too high, but at least in a divot. So if you've got it in a divot, water will collect and it should benefit from that. So I've given this a good water, but you can see, these are useless, and you can see the root plate moving there. So again, ideally this autumn, if Amy have anything about them, they really need to come up and replant these. As long as these get enough water, they will survive throughout this summer, and they need really to be replanted again properly this autumn. And to Amy's credit, they have actually done that with another tree that I videoed out up, can't remember the street, but Sheffield 5 area. It's a kind of sweary video of mine because it was just disgusting, and they've replanted that tree and it looks absolutely fantastic, so that's great from Amy. But we come to the worst of, well, I don't know about the worst of the bunch, but certainly not good. This one's actually planted at just about the right level, but you can see how, because these weren't knocked in far enough, I mean that goes in what, 3-4 inches. that's not going to hold itself up in a gale, never mind a tree like this. And then of course, if I decide to, if I can get my shadow out of the way, if I decide to pull back, you can see how loose that tree is there in its root plate. So again, ideally this could do with digging out these stakes, putting back in properly. That needs to go in at least another 8-10 inches, 12 inches, as deep as you can get it. I mean, as I say, it's windy up here, and these trees will need all the support you can give them. Again, the foliage looks you know, just a little bit sad. And there's the odd berry there that's forming, but that's wrinkled. If you can see that. So yeah, it's struggling. So I've given that just 5 litres. It could probably do with a lot more, but there's quite a few trees around here that are not in a very good condition. Not impressed with what I've seen up in Fulwood so far. But yeah, there you go. This planted 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago. Still hasn't got its roots out into the surrounding soil. If it had done, you couldn't do that with the tree. You couldn't move that plate like that. So yeah, so we'll let the tree support the stake there, okay, and then that's that nice and safe, and nobody's going to trip over it or anything. Good little tree supporting the stake, very nice. Right, enough of my sarcasm. I think that'll do for now. Bye for now.